Regarded as one of the greatest footballers ever to step foot inside the football pitch, Zidane had a great career at both club and international level as he won almost everything. His achievements in coaching are also great as he is the only manager who won the Champions League 3 times in a row. Zinedine Zidane was born in Marseille on the 23rd of June of 1972. At the age of 10 he started playing for local club Saint-Henri, and at the age of 11 he moved to Septembre-Lavallée where he started developing his talent. At the age of 14 he was selected to attend a training camp which was run by the French Football Federation. The training was for 3 days and Zidane impressed the scout of Cannes Jean Leroy, who recommended him for his club. Zidane moved to Cannes initially for 6 weeks, but his talent forced the club to keep him. He would develop on the youth side, and before even turning 17 he made his professional debut. During the summer of 1990, Zidane had a great pre-season and head coach Bordeaux Primorac started using him as regular. Cannes would be able to finish 4th and qualified for the UEFA Cup. Despite being just at the age of 18, Zidane had an excellent first season and much of the success was credited to him. Having to deal with the European competition and the departure of some significant players, Cannes was relegated from the top division during the next season. In the summer of 1992, with Cannes relegated, Zidane moved to Bordeaux, which just won promotion to the top division. On his debut season he scored 10 goals and helped the team to finish 4th and qualify to the UEFA Cup. During the next 3 seasons he would become one of the best footballers in France and made his international debut in the summer of 1994. In 1996, despite Bordeaux was struggling on the national competitions, the team was able to reach the UEFA Cup final but lost against Bayern Munich. The interest from bigger clubs started growing during the last season with Bordeaux. During the previous seasons, Zidane was rejected by both Newcastle and Blackburn. In fact, Blackburn's coach Kenny Dalglish wanted to sign him, but the board had no real interest. In the summer of 1996, however, European champions Juventus signed him. On that summer he had also participated to the European Championship, with France reaching the semi-finals where faced the elimination during the penalty shootout against Czech Republic. His start with the Italian side was great. For the European Super Cup, Juventus thrashed PSG 6-1, and this was his first piece of silverware. In November of 1996, Juventus travelled in Tokyo for the Intercontinental Cup. Zidane's header set Del Piero free, who scored the winner against River Plate. For Zidane it was the first main trophy. At the end of the season the club won Serie A but lost the Champions League final against Borussia Dortmund. Next season the fate was the same as the Bianconeri won the Italian Championship but lost the Champions League final against Real Madrid. With Cantona retiring, France's next playmaker was Zidane. During the 1996 European Championship he did not have a great impact though. France hosted the 1998 World Cup and the Blues wanted to have a decent participation. Since the retirement of Platini, the national team of France had no real leader. Cantona was a great player but he was usually in trouble with his behavior. With Zidane a month prior to his 26th birthday and with a talented squad in general which included players like Blanc, Desailly, Djorkaeff, Thuram, Petit, Deschamps, and Henry, France was hoping for something more than the last tournaments. The World Cup started ideally with France winning South Africa 3-0 on the first game. On the second game Zidane was sent off against Saudi Arabia on a 4-0 victory and missed the next 2 games. Both were successful however, as the Blues won Denmark 1-0 on the final group game and also managed to win Paraguay with the same score after extra time on the round of 16 with the golden goal of Laurent Blanc. He returned on the game against Italy where France won Italy in penalty shootout after a goalless draw. For the semi-finals, the Tricolor faced Croatia, which was the surprise of the competitions. Despite the lead of Croatia early on the second half, France managed to turn things around thanks to 2 goals from Lilian Thuram. The opponent on the final was Brazil, which was considered as the favorite. Zidane had already made an impact against Italy and Croatia, but a big performance was still to come. Playing on a fully packed stand for France, the French side started the game better and dominated possession. Zidane was the man who put his team in front after a header on the corner kick of Petit on the 27th minute. Just before half-time, Zidane doubled the lead with another header from the corner kick of Djorkaeff. France would finally win 3-0 and lifted its first World Cup. During the next 3 seasons Juventus remained trophyless. At the end of 1998 Zidane won the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA Player of the Year. Juventus had a setback however, and Lippi was replaced with Carlo Ancelotti in February of 1999. In both 2000 and 2001 seasons the team finished as runners-up to Lazio and Roma respectively, narrowly missing the title in both cases. In 2000 France won the European Championship on a dramatic way. Zidane had scored 2 very important goals on the way to the final. The first one was a direct free kick during the quarter-final against Spain, and the second was the golden goal against Portugal in extra time during the semi-final from the penalty spot. On the final France managed to equalize Italy in injury time through Vilter, and Trezeguet scored the golden goal in extra time. Zidane won the Player of the Tournament and also won the FIFA Player of the Year of 2000. Despite being at the age of 29, Real Madrid broke the transfer record and signed him from Juventus for €78 million in 2001. The season for the team started poorly as Real Madrid won only 2 of the first 9 La Liga games, but a good run after November saw Los Blancos challenging the title. After 33 games Real Madrid was first and the favorite for winning La Liga. The last 5 games were disastrous though, and only 1 victory was delivered as they finished third behind eventual champions Valencia and La Coruña. Copa del Rey was also lost as the team lost 2-1 on the final against La Coruña. The last chance for a title was through the Champions League, where the team made it to the final against Bayer Leverkusen. Zidane scored one of the greatest goals of his career as Real Madrid won 2-1, lifting its 9th title. At the end of the season, France travelled in Japan and South Korea in order to defend the World Cup title. Despite being the favourites, the Blues were knocked out during the group stage, winning only 1 point. With the addition of Ronaldo, Real Madrid managed to win La Liga in 2003 and Zidane won the FIFA Player of the Year for the 3rd time. The next 3 seasons were poor for Real Madrid, finishing 4th once and 2nd twice. In 2004 France with Zidane as captain was knocked out from eventual champion Greece on the quarter-final. After the defeat against Greece, Zidane announced his retirement from international football. He returned in September of 2005 however, and was immediately made captain again. France was struggling during the qualifications of the World Cup, but with Zidane on the side, the Blues were able to finish on the 1st place. For the major tournament, France was not considered as one of the main favourites for winning the title, but still had world-class players like Zidane, Henry, Barthez, Vieira and Ribéry. Zidane himself had already announced his retirement from football after the World Cup. France only managed to clinch the qualification through the group stage on the last game after a 2-0 victory over Togo. During the knockout stage the Blues improved and, with Zidane having amazing performances, managed to knock out Spain, Brazil and Portugal on its way to the final. On the final against Italy, France started better and scored the opening goal with Zidane from the penalty spot on the 7th minute. At that period Italy had an impressive bunch of players at their best age and one of the greatest managers of all time. Materazzi equalized on the 19th minute, and until the end of the game nothing changed. During the extra time Zidane missed a great opportunity as his header was stopped by Buffon. Towards the end Zidane was involved in an infamous incident where he head-butted Materazzi and was sent off. France lost in penalty shootout and Zidane failed to end his career with a 2nd World Cup, but won the Golden Ball as he was named as the best player of the competition. In 2009 Zidane was hired as an advisor to Florentino Perez in Real Madrid. 1 year later, under Jose Mourinho's advice, he was promoted to special advisor for the first team and started involving more to the trainings and coaching. In 2013 he became assistant of Carlo Ancelotti, and in the summer of 2014 he became the manager of Real Madrid Castilla. Following the sack of Rafael Benitez in January of 2016, Zidane became the manager of Real Madrid. For the remaining of La Liga, Real Madrid recorded 17 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat and missed the title to Barcelona for 1 point. He guided the team to the Champions League success however after winning Atletico Madrid in penalty shootout. That achievement made him the 7th man to have won the trophy both as player and manager. Next season Real Madrid won La Liga and the 2nd Champions League in a row after winning Juventus 4-1 on the final. His 3rd season did not start well and the team was unable to compete for the title. Los Blancos however were able to win the Champions League again, this time by winning Liverpool 3-1 on the final. Zidane became the 3rd coach who won the competition 3 times after Bob Paisley and Carlo Ancelotti and the only one who won it 3 times in a row. 5 days later however, he resigned stating that there was a need for a change in Real Madrid. Throughout his career, Zidane achieved almost everything. His coaching career started just some years ago but he managed to achieve things that great managers were never able to win. Who would you like to see in our next episode? Comment below. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy our work. Thanks for watching.